Okay, so you basically just have two tractors here on the farm.
This is a big tractor for tilling and a little bit of the cultivating, like I said. And this one is the little cultivating tractor. It's a 1949 Alice Chalmers Model G. Got the engine in the back,
Okay.
which is a nice feature so that you can see your crops when you're sitting looking at your crops. And in the front, we've got these gooseneck sweep blades. And these are set up to weed the 3 rows that we grow in our beds. So these blades work the soil, the wheel and this back are kind of rolling along, floating along.
Okay.
These brackets allow the blades to move up and down.
I see.
And then this is cutting into the soil. So the idea is this is just below the surface of the soil. This area here is being left untouched in between those 2 blades. But this is being cultivated, this is being cultivated. And so there's 3 lines that are left, 3 parallel lines, and those are where the crops are.
Nice.
So those 3 lines would line up with these 3 markers. So when we're planting, I will mark the fields with these, and that'll give us 3 furrows. And then we'll drop our transplants that we've grown, like our broccoli transplants or our lettuce transplants, into those 3 furrows.
Okay.
And we can come back with the front part and weed it without hitting, if you're not hitting 1 row, you're not hitting the other 2 rows.
Right.
Because they're parallel. They're not straight, but they're parallel. And then also with the big tractor, the other thing that I do that we didn't talk about is I do some direct seeding with that. So I've got 3 seeders that I put on the bar on the back, and I can fill those up with carrot seeds like we saw out there, or corn, or beets, or it's a whole bunch of different crops that I direct sow. Peas, beans, all those things. I'll dump those seeds in the seeder and then drive down, and then that's putting the seed right below the surface of the soil. Again, the spacing on those 3 rows would match the spacing of these and the spacing of my cultivators.
Okay.
So I'm able to go back and do the cultivating.
Nice.
We still cultivate everything by hand, but this allows us to come through very quickly. I can, in a couple of hours, go cultivate a whole acre. And, it's not 100% thorough, but it's a 80, 90% kind of thing, and then come back by hand to finish the job off.
Well, it seems like a neat little tractor.
That's cool.
Let's go see your double digger.
Okay. So this is a spader. It has just a series of 8 blades. Mine does. They come in different widths. And what happens is the blades make a motion kind of like this. They chop straight down, and then they kind of loop back. They're making a circular motion. And what happens is they're chopping up the soil as you move forward very, very slowly with the tractor. They're slicing off like maybe a ½ inch or an inch of a trench that you're working, and they go down quite far, 10 or 12 inches, maybe even more. And then as they make their backward motion, they catch the top half of that tilling depth, maybe 5 or 6 inches, and they fling it backwards against this plate.
Okay.
And the soil, if the moisture content's right, will hit that plate, pulverize, and fall back, making a really nice seed bed on top, just like you get with a rototiller. Now, if it's too dry, it'll be, it won't pulverize. If it's too wet, it turns it into muddy chunks. So the moisture content really is very critical on this implement.
Okay.
But if the conditions are right, what you wind up with is, you wind up with soil that you can stick your arm down to your elbow. It's loose down that far. The bottom half of that tilling depth has been loosened. The top half has been actually blended more. They don't get mixed together.
Okay, whereas a rototiller would just mix them.
Yeah, it mixes them. But part of what you're doing with the whole thing I was talking about, like the life of the soil and trying to keep your soils healthy, most of the life of your soil is just in those top couple of inches. That's where all the biological activity, where the oxygen is permeating, the worms are doing their cycling up and down. So when you're rototilling or tilling down 8 or 10 inches and you're sort of blending it all up, it's not that you're killing it, but you're losing sort of your concentration of your life. So if you can try to avoid that, it's better.
Okay. Good tip.
Yeah. And it's a great tool, and they have come down in price quite a bit since I bought mine, and they make them in all different sizes, so you can get them even as small as like for a Boston type rototiller.
Oh, okay.
They have them for like a BCS rototiller. The fancier one, but I could never get its. You can see it's kind of pulled apart. I could never get its chain to work. I got it. I mean, I used it for several years, And then one year I spent all this time. I had Jim Harden like manufacture these pieces, these teeth for me, and
Okay.
I could never get that. It would work, but then it would get stuck. And I finally gave up on it. So I need to actually get a bigger one. This is the one I'm using now. It's pretty small is my main problem with it. You know, I can only hold like 3 or 4 buckets worth, and then I got to drive out there and drive back.
Right.
The one I'm driving a lot more. But it's chain driven, so it's more reliable.
Right. Yeah, sometimes the old technology works better.
Yeah.
And then does something, I guess, oh, okay, on the bottom of the bed there, that all moves and moves it to the
That whole
back.
thing moves back. Yeah, there's like a, as the chain runs, there's like a beater arm somewhere that pushes this big wheel around,
Okay.
just like one notch at a time, and that turns the chain.
And is this all driven from the tires?
All driven from the tires. Super old technology.
And do you have control over various aspects of it with these levers?
Supposedly, although mine is not working that great, so I just basically have on and off.
Okay.
But supposedly, one of them would control like how much was letting out, and one of them would control how fast it was moving.
I see.
But for me, it's just kind of either on or off.
Yeah, neat piece of equipment. How old would you guess that is?
I don't know. 50 years maybe? The guy I bought it from was like 90 or 80 something. You know?
Yep.
Probably the easiest $500 he ever made.
There you go. All right, well, that was great, Adam. Had fun, and I'm sure we learned a lot today, so really appreciate it. And hope to
Sure.
see you next time.
Great. Thanks for coming out.
Yep. Thank you.